Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream tonight. It's Workshop Wednesday tonight. I'm joined by Matt,
Hello!
and as you can see, I'm driving tonight.
Jamie's driving! Big round of applause, everybody. Come on, let's give him some support.
Yep. So tonight we are looking at. I can't remember the name of it. What is it called?
Which one?
The 2MT one. What was the one I called?
2MT.
Yeah.
Barnet Castle to Bishop Auckland.
That's the one.
By Todd Burke.
Todd Burke. So here's the 2MT. I better get the passengers loaded. Hope I've got the right lamps on.
Lovely.
Yeah. There's something nice about a 2MT.
Top middle, that's what? Class G?
What's that?
What's top middle? Is that Class G? Trying to think.
Top middle is branch, isn't it, normally? And then...
Got a stopping passenger.
Yeah. And we've got... Is Matt too quiet? Okay. Alright, give me a minute. Oh, hello.
Do you like my green screen? It's a beautiful effect, isn't it? It makes it look like I've just got a normal piece of cloth behind me that's green. It's a beautiful effect.
Desktop audio. Let's push that up a bit. Is that better? Is that better?
I can't hear the audio, so relying on the crowd to
yeah, tell us if that's any better.
Someone's complaining that I'm too quiet. That's a first.
Right, we got the white away. So let's get you started off. Oh, let's do that.
I do like the 2MT. It's a digital traction locomotive. It's on it's on Steam, and the scenarios in this pack were actually developed by Keith Ross, who is well known for Western Lines of Scotland. Because Digital Traction put together a brake van, which is part of Western Lines of Scotland, and that was kind of the give and take on that one. Was so Keith Ross is involved in the scenarios, and Digital Traction made the brake van. So it's great to see partners working together like that.
Yeah.
And this. Remember when I first saw the early screenshots of the 2MT when Digital Traction started promoting it, and it's just a stunning model.
Yeah, it is a lovely model. Yeah. I mean, Hornby will be bringing one out as well soon, so that'll be good. I must admit, I've got one. Oh, that's something for the chat. Who's pre-ordered a Hornby 2MT? There we go.
No, the green screen doesn't work when it's over Teams. So
yeah.
this green screen is here so that you don't have to have the mess of my garage inflicted on you.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
so it's
not
not there
screen.
to be a green screen. It's just there to be a cover.
Oh, got a DMU there. 101.
I do like a bit of classic first gen DMU action.
Yeah. Good old DMU.
Valdez, Keith Ross did the best routes for TS. Keith Ross definitely did some of the best routes, definitely. I don't think Keith Ross ever did a bad one. Western Main Lines of Scotland, West Coast Main Line North, and West Coast Main Line over Shap. To just be three incredible routes.
Climbing the bank now. One in 75.
I'm going to bring the map up so we can see where you are.
Yeah, let's bring up the map, so let's do that. There we go. So we are currently at... So we're Barnet Castle.
Oh, this is the bit where we're going to get the 1 in 20 downgrade in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is
going up the other way.
This is the full map for anybody who's interested. It's quite a massive map.
This is just an amazing route. This really is an amazing route.
I've never actually driven the full route before.
it's there's some really interesting scenarios for this on Steam workshops.
Yeah.
Some of which take it forward into BR Green Diesel periods, and so there's something there for different. Whether you're interested in Steam or whether you're interested in diesels, I think it was actually pitched as it's sort of positioned as a BR Green Diesel route, but it runs Steam beautifully.
Yeah. Because the time period is very close together, you know. Make sure I can actually reach that speed limit without blowing. Yeah.
Oh yes, the Western Isles of Scotland. Yeah, that was a UK train sim route building competition, and originally it was just the Kirkcudbright line, I think the branch line down there, and then there was an extension where it went back up to Dumfries, and then ultimately released the full thing, or the whole thing as a thing on Steam.
Yeah. Really, I never knew it was a route building competition.
Yeah, in the original it was one of, I think it was the winner, if I remember rightly, as you know it should be. But there were some fantastic entries in that route building competition. This was before this was early days of Train Simulator.
Yeah. Someone's asked me if I've had a haircut. Yes, I have had a haircut. Thanks for noticing.
Is Jamie better at braking no matter? It depends whether you mean the BRAK version or the BREAK version. I'm good at the BREAK version. There's a month, Ed. Remember rightly, it was a month to build. Or was it a month? Might have been a week. I think it might have been a month though. The pages are still on the site.
Really? Oh, wow, I'll have to have a look at them.
Yes, this is one of my of the entire route. This is probably my favourite journey, to be honest. Managing that, particularly going the other way. Going this way around, as long as you manage it, you're careful as you crest the top.
Yeah.
And you're already on it with the brakes. It's fine. But coming around the other way as you're heading westbound, if you're not managing that fire correctly and you don't hit it at good speed,
Yeah.
you can find yourself in some serious trouble.
Yeah.
Moggy, what's befreaking? Speaking of Moggy, one of our venerable moderators, whom we are very, very grateful for their assistance in keeping everything sane and sensible. So big thank you to all moderators. But calling out Mr. Moggy, happy birthday to you, sir.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Big round of happy birthday, please, for Mr. Moggy, who is 21 again. So a couple of people have commented that Jamie is keeping the water at maximum and he's got the thing in running in release all the time. Basically, he's trying to waste steam because otherwise, what's happening is this locomotive seems to be really overfiring itself, so that it's constantly blowing the safeties off. So rather than deafen everybody, he's trying to keep the boiler pressure down.
Yeah.
So that's why they're like that. It's not for any other reason. It is a strategy.
Yeah. Because we've got plenty of coal in there, so we're doing all right.
Very nice.
It's a preserved loco as well. This.
It doesn't surprise me.
78018. It's based at the GC with a sister 19 as well. Now I can't remember if it's 18 or 19 was in the famous film. It was a famous snow film that he got stuck in. And I've forgotten which one it was. I can't remember if it's 18 or 19. If anybody can clarify that, which one it was. crest of the hill now.
Oh, here we go. 1 in 29, is it? Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah.
78019, featured in a real-life documentary film entitled Snowdrift at Bleak Hill, when it was sent to rescue sister engine 78018 from a snowdrift at Stanmore Summit.
That's the one. Yeah.
Here we go.
Just run it. There we go. Not quite there yet. A bit flat at the moment.
As I say, it actually doesn't seem too bad at the minute. Maybe you've just actually reached the top.
Speed on then.
Have you got? You're not because it's at the top. It's on the viaduct. Have you got to the viaduct yet?
No, I haven't got to the viaduct yet.
No. So once you get to the other end of the viaduct, it is where the roller coaster begins.
Yeah. Oh, hello. That's better.
Tut. I never overspeed. This race will.
The first time overspeeding, there you go. You can see it coming down now. Okay. There's the viaduct.
No, it's not that one.
Not that one?
No, not that
Oh,
one.
on the flat now.
You'll know it when you see it.
Yeah.
You'll look at it and go, oh.
People are saying, do you overspeed, Matt?
No. It's never happened. Any recorded evidence of such is, of course, entirely false. Well, much point to push it.
Enough water in there now. See, pressure's come down now, so it's good. Coal on now.
Thelonious says, how is the community managing going? Try to talk while driving.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Hopefully, people are asking for rate. Yeah, if anybody can rate my driving so far, people are asking for a rating of my driving now.
Oh, we've got to find out because we were talking about the rating of the driving, but
Yeah.
no one had any idea what Jamie's driving was like. So I guess we'll be finding out over the course of this stream.
Yeah. I'm getting some 9 or 10. Oh, 1 out of 10? Really?
I'm guessing that the YouTube restream link has gone
Yes, I think it has actually.
because the chat's not being echoed and I'm not seeing it on the restream thing.
No.
Derek reckons 8 out of 10.
Ah. We've got 1 in 93, we're now going up. Spidey Art is asking, is this a Black 5? No, it isn't. This is a BR standard 2MT, which you'll find is very... basically, it was based off the Ivet 2MT, which was built by the LMS. A lot of them didn't survive long in service. I think there's 3 preserved at the moment currently. I think all together. If anybody can tell me, I think it's there's 78018, 78019, which are both based at the GC, and 78022, which is based at the Keighley-in-Worth Valley Railway.
Someone's done his research.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the drop. I can see the drop now coming down.
Is that it?
Oh, unless
I'm
it's,
not convinced.
it seems to
I'm
drop
not
down
convinced
there.
That's it. It does, but I'm not convinced that's it. It might be. See whether we're on a viaduct after this.
Yeah.
Speaking of PCB, wondering if Matt saw the forum chat today about the new route PCB. No, I didn't, Valdez. I'm sorry, I've been extremely busy. I haven't actually had chance to check into the forums lately.
Windows up. Quite a nice cab. We're going down to 1 in 75 now.
So needs steam locos for Train Sim World 2. I know what you mean, I know what you mean. Right
Yeah.
with you.
I braked a little bit too early there, so there we are.
All the more fun because you've got to stop.
Yeah. Still on time, so that's the main thing. Someone's asking, I like your gaming chair. Whose gaming chair do you like? Do you like me or Matt's?
Oh, the beta testers actually picked that up on the stream as well, Valdez binary run. So someone's having a look at that. That won't make fix well. That won't make it into the release now, but it'll be on the list of things to fix.
Just ease her in. There we go.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Field fell.
See if I got all the platform coaches in. Yes, I did. There you go. Lovely.
Good stop.
Perfect. I love how it's weathered as well. Like you look at the tender, it's all weathered. I like that. Lovely little station.
They're all really nice, actually. There's a lot of really interesting, quaint little stations and things. Do you want to bring up the map real quick?
Yep. I've got right away. Here's the map. I must admit, it's going to take a while to drive all this, I think.
Where are you at the minute?
So I am over here. There we go.
Well, I'm running on about. Oh yeah, you're not at the drop yet.
No.
You're not at the drop yet. If you zoom out, and you'll see there's a bit where you go over another line.
It's there, I think.
That's where the drop is there.
Yeah. Right, get away.
My one flashing is, you should be able to see them. Basically, they react to the light, to the audio that's coming in, yeah, they don't. But the problem is, I've got 3 big lights up there, which means I kind of drown these things out.
How fast can this train go? I'm not entirely sure. If anybody can work out what actual speed they do go, I don't know whether the 2MTs were actually tested for speed. They were more sort of a mixed traffic loco, so they were more for branch duties and sort of, you know, running little small trains like this, you know. What do you get?
Really about. I like that in the wiki page it says it announces that some of the class had speedometers.
That's a good one. Well, this one has a speedometer. There you go. It's just there. There you go. Oh, I'll have a good go at Colonel Cam. Hang on. Give me a minute.
This is the Weird Al route, yes, indeed. Moggy and Enter the Dragon.
That's the first attempt. Oh, I'm speeding now. That's not good. Second attempt.
There are a million ideas, Damien. A million of them.
Yeah.
Best is to go onto the forums and you can...
Oh, there's the viaduct. There we are.
There you go. Now you can see the drop.
There we go. And we've got to get down to that level, basically. There's the drop. Oh dear. There we go. You can see how far it's... 1 in 27. Oh.
Yeah. That's where you need to be on the ball or you lose it.
Yeah. And you don't want to be a runaway. So it goes to 1 in 27 to 1 in 54 to go under the bridge.
Yeah, it's only a short stretch at 1 in 27, which is fine on the way down. It's when you've been struggling up the 1 in 54 and then suddenly it hits you with the 1 in 27, it's like, oh, come on.
It's just like, oh, drat, you know. You know.
I was doing a scenario, I think, with the, I think it's the K one, another one of Victory Works releases, and I absolutely nailed the firing of this thing, and I got this thing perfectly up the hill. I stormed the bank at the speed limit.
Yeah.
And then had a red light right at the top, and I had
no
no hope of stopping.
Yeah. Colonel Cam, shall we see if we can get this right this time?
Key thing, of course, being that I was doing the speed limit and not my train's maximum speed.
Ah.
As an unfitted freight, of course, I should not be doing the speed limit.
Make sure I actually stop for the station. There we go. I remembered, because I did try this scenario out earlier, just to make sure I'll get a little bit of practice in. I remembered that this is a short platform.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah. I've just got to make sure the the guard can actually get out of his van.
Nah, guard can walk.
Look at that, there we go.
Close enough for rock and roll.
Yep. Let's just see if the guard got out. Ah, no, he's got to walk. Never mind. He'll manage.
He will manage. Derek likes the S160. Yeah, the S160 is another beautiful loco.
Yeah. Let's do it this side, shall we? There we go.
Thelonious, when you buy a livery pack in TIS 2021, do you have to make your own scenarios, or can you select them with the built-in scenarios? No, they come. Essentially, the liveries come in effectively as new locos. So you'd need to make your. You could go in and just change the scenario to use, make a copy of the scenario, and just change it. I showed, I think, on one of the streams how to do that. just change the locomotive. But you will need to use the editor to bring that stuff in, or obviously you can use quick drive.
I hope no one's spilling their teas or coffees or anything like that. So.
Well, no, it's more so than normal.
Yeah. I remember when we were on the a few mates of mine, we went on the Central Line train and did surfing on the Central Line train. That was where you're doing sort of 40-45 miles an hour on the Central Line train. You just stand there, not holding on to anything, you just stand there like in the middle. Trying to do that, that was quite interesting. Oh, looks like we've got a bucket coming up. There we go. J94 on the coal train.
Mesh tools, J94.
Yeah.
Lovely. I think that looked like the BR one, which is the one that comes on the is a pack for Woodhead, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, yeah. I must admit, I do like Woodhead.
Yeah, I like the original one, but I have to say I really like the BR, the Woodhead in blue. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I always enjoy driving the 76. It's a really interesting train to drive.
Yeah. I think some of them are still in service now, aren't they, abroad? I think some of them still used now, aren't
I don't know. I know that I think one went over as a trial to the Netherlands.
they? Yeah.
I don't know where the rest of them went. Because I think they're old DC trains, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to teach you how to manually lap your brakes.
I think you are, yeah. It's probably there, isn't it?
So if you keep an eye on the inches of mercury, and you apply it so that it comes down, and then bring it back into the bit where it says self-lapped, you'll notice it holds it in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at that point you then get a nice steady level of braking that's constant all the time. If you want to make it a little bit less, you go into the release state till it goes up for a couple of inches, and then put it back into the hold state. So you can, in that way, you can really really good, careful and refined management of that brake. And then when you're not releasing it, then just pop it back into running, unless you're trying to lose oil pressure, of course.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have to remember that for next time.
Manually lap brakes are great fun.
Yeah. Close up valve key. Let's do that. Look at that.
Very nice. I'm not driving heads, so
Yeah.
redirect thy judgments. Jamie's doing it alright.
Going out to West Auckland.
Banana Man, on the Nick Einsteiger thing, is because the trains, in the absence of any other input, are just reverting to their initial state, which in those cases is Nick Einsteigen. Whether that was a good initial state for them to be set up with is a separate discussion, but that is why they are doing that. It's just how that train has been set up by default. West Auckland.
Yeah.
Judged nonetheless. Yes, you still judge what you're judging me for. What, my presentation and the beautifulness of my green sheet. My Dovetail Games bottle.
Go.
Lack of chroma key. Hey, I'm not streaming.
I was yet to learn that bit.
We got this far. This is a massive step forward. This is really cool. This means that Jamie is now free to stream more often potentially.
Hmm.
Coming into West Auckland.
Oh, there you go. Doing some
Lots of
shunting.
wide tricks.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. I love the little J94. It's another really
They
fun
are
one.
lovely.
The Mardi branch and the return to Mardi are fantastic routes for just testing your mettle driving driving steam engines, particularly with like the 30 wagon challenge and so
Yeah.
forth, and taking these things up the hill. Once you get the hang of it, it's easy, but until you get the hang of it, it's it doesn't work. I can't see why they did this. They're wrong. It's not me. And then it shows you, and you're like, oh, yes, it's me. But can you make it be set to blank? At some point, Jamie is going to have a look at this is an uncontrolled view. At some point, Jamie's going to have a look at setting chroma key up.
Yeah.
The other option I've got at the moment is this, or the interior of my garage, which is not great. I'm just sitting on the other end of a Teams call, and for some weird reason they didn't put green screen chroma keying into Teams. It's got this weird automatic background removal, but then it removes the ears, and that's not acceptable.
Yeah. It does look really weird, I must admit, with when it does the automatic background thing. Oh, hello. Put some more water in. It's lovely when you. This is a brilliant thing about the Loco. When you actually open the regulator, you'll actually hear it. Can you hear that? There you go. It's brilliant. You get that little when you open the regulator.
Oh, I see what you mean, Banana Man. Sorry, yeah. No, we won't be able to go back and if we go back and touch the old stop, then maybe. But it's not something that'll happen as part of Munich.
I'm doing quite well, running on time, I must admit.
For that, your Teams loads an OBS webcam, then OBS is handling the chroma. Yes, I mean I have done that a couple of times because I use XSplit. But having XSplit running just to do green screen for a webcam just feels over the top.
It's a lovely little site. It's weird how they did the station. I mean, this must be real. How they did that. That's really strange. How they put a fence on one side and not. It's really strange.
Let's have a look. Go and have a zip over there.
So how you've got West Auckland, how you've got the two platforms and then they've put a fence.
Oh, that is odd.
Yeah.
I'm sure they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Right, I was going to fly.
What can I say? This is the north.
This is the north. Yeah.
Other rules may apply.
Yeah, someone's saying, remember the fire? Yeah, we've got plenty of fire in there, still 50%. We're still having to keep an eye on trying to keep the pressure down.
Sad north noises.
Someone's asking which route this is, and I can't remember the name of it.
Weardale and Teesdale.
That's the one, Weardale and Teesdale. That's the one.
I do like Weardale and Teesdale. It's very peaceful. So I've driven some really interesting, varied scenarios on this road, and it's got some great possibilities.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's quite a substantial network as well, which means that I don't think I've ever driven the same bit of track twice, or done the same journey twice, because different things are all over, are going in different directions as well.
Oh, there's a Gronk there, look at that. Gronk shunting.
Ed, Moggy, calm down.
Yep.
Everybody's getting a bit overexcited at this point.
Whoop Gronk. sure I'm in the 25-mile limit. There you go, 45 mile an hour. Lovely.
Your ticker sounds like a grog. You should see your GP, Mocky. Yeah, totally.
Oh dear. Oh, another 101.
Another boggy.
Oh, it's a 3-car one. There you go. Look at that.
Banana Man, no, yeah, Ryan Roston's 422 is the one that enables S-Bahn for Colnacken, yes.
Capture, there you go. 30. Doing okay. See if there's anything on the other side. Oh no. I must admit, I'm very impressed with this. Very impressed with this route. I've never actually. It's the first time I've driven it, so. Or second time.
We will need to spend more time with it then.
Yeah.
You absolutely must.
Must get the K1 and do a run with the K1. That would be awesome.
Eds, take your salt.
Yeah, also my stream thing for YouTube, I think the Twitch thing isn't coming up on the YouTube stream. So I can't see the Twitch comments at the moment. Oh, we've got 15 coming up. Also for the crossing. Final stop? Yes it is. It is the final
Bishop
stop.
Auckland was the end of it, yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to be early as well. Look at that. Yes, we are, James. We are doing another route. I won't tell you what. You'll get a surprise yet. So we're...
Yeah, we've got one more. So we're doing 2 tonight.
Yeah. Oh, nice junction work.
Yeah, this is a lovely junction. Am I looking forward to Hauptstrecke München Augsburg? Definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be good to get that into the hands of folks, and I should be looking out for some streams to see what people do, how they're getting on with it.
Look at that. At this rate, we're going to be a minute early. Look at that.
Disgraceful.
Another 2MC over there.
Tees Valley line. No, this is Bishop Auckland, Eds. So the Tees Valley line would come up this way, and I think it carries on. Is it Bishop Auckland it goes to? I know the the freight stops along the way. In TSW it ends in Darlington, but the full route goes on Moggy. Any chance of getting both paint jobs on both ICEs? Anything is possible in the fullness of time. There's no plans on that at the moment, but
Very interesting shaped station. Look at that.
yeah, it's a big Y.
Yeah. It's a lovely route, I must admit. I love it.
John, if you just bring up the map and go down to Darlington in the bottom right, then you can see where that is there. You'll recognise that bit then, folks. For you TSW folks, will recognise Darlington down in the bottom right of this map. That's where you're going down.
We've gone too far. I'm still at Darlington South turntable.
That's Darlington there.
Shouldn't have pressed that.
That's where that's the end of the Tees Valley line there in Darlington.
Yep. Right, I'll put up the and we'll load up the other route. Where are we? Go. We'll see if I can sort this Twitch one out now and see if I can get that working.
What we'll probably do, Thelonious, on the ICEs is if another route happens at some point that needs an ICE, then we'll probably do one of the other combinations. Although the 406 is a difficult fit because it runs in more limited places, the 403 runs all over the place.
Right, I've now got that working, so I don't need that. Just taking a little bit of time. Just having a think. You have any questions in the forum? Any questions? Don't forget to put them in the chat.
Don't forget to switch the stream back once you've got it up and running.
Yeah, we'll do. It's having a long old think at the moment. It's getting there. It's loading.
Have I got a favourite American freight locomotive? Well, generally speaking, I like the little ones. I like little things like GP38s or GP20s. I really like the GP20 that Repo did in TS1. It's nice. I generally prefer smaller stuff to bigger stuff. But I do quite like the RF16, the shark nose, as being quite interesting as well.
Here we are. So we're running Avignon to Marseille. So we've got good afternoon. Today you take a TGV Resu. Is it Resu? Double set. Double set from Avignon on a direct server to Marseille. The scenario is simple one to complete and will take about 30 minutes. Please release the doors for passengers to board and prepare the train for service.
Click the X in the top right corner.
Yep. Oh, I had a problem with this last time. Had a problem with this last time. It wouldn't open the door, so I've got to restart it again. Won't be 1 second. It does this occasionally. Let's think and then think again.
And everyone's correcting it. It's Marseille.
Marseille.
Not Marcel.
Marcel.
Marseille.
Marseille.
How about a favourite American passenger locomotive? Well, actually, it falls into both categories because my overall favourite one is probably the F7 or equivalents. Equivalents to that. I just love that nose cone. The nose cone. Well, it's just a rocket. That front to the F7s is fantastic.
There we go. Got the doors open now. It's sorted.
Who would want that as a favourite, Eds? I do like the camion livery. It looks really nice. So if I remember rightly, if you go and have a look down the train, the Rezo is the single-decker power car with double-decker with the duplex coaches, isn't it?
No, this is the single-decker one.
It's single-decker coaches, right?
Single-decker. I must admit, I don't. Which livery do you prefer? Do you prefer the white, like with this livery, or do you prefer the normal grey and blue?
You see, I'm old-fashioned. I like my TGVs orange.
Ah, you like them orange. Ah.
I like them pucker sud-est in orange, but I do like the blue silver. I like all TGVs actually. I don't think there's actually a bad livery for a TGV. It's just a beautiful train.
Yeah.
In general, and it's difficult. I don't think there is a bad livery for the TGV.
No.
I quite like that new Wego livery, the sort of the cyan coloured one on the duplex trains. That one looks quite. And I think I mostly like it because it's different.
Yeah. Oh, and if you want.
Laposte, yeah, Laposte is another interesting livery. Although generally you need to get yourself into a box if you want to ride on one of them.
And there's also this scenario because he didn't have any French. The person who made the scenario didn't have any French stock to use on the normal lines. He put in some German stock. So there you are. There's a German stock.
Why not?
Just why not? So we've got 146 and a 294.
Yeah, of course the Eurostar is a TGV as well. The TGV TMST.
That's a mouthful.
Trans-Manche Super Train.
Ah.
The Laposte TGVs haven't been in service since 2015, no. Which was the TGV that came over to the UK?
I think it was a postal one, wasn't it?
I think it might have been Laposte that came over here. Yes, it was Laposte. Well, at least a yellow one.
Follow the German stock out, and then we've got a duplex coming in.
Do you like the new Amtrak locomotives? I'm assuming that you mean the new Avelias. I've not really seen lots of them yet. They look a bit odd because I think the power cars is different size to the coaches, but you know what? They won't be the first people to do that. Amtrak Cascades, I'm looking at you. Well, they got the Cascades use those weird Talgo sets, which have got like single-decker TGV style coaches with a massive, great big F59 PHA at the front, which is about twice the height of a TGV coach.
There we go. We got the in-cab signalling there.
That's it. We have switched to TVM 430.
Yep.
So the brakes on this train, if you're not familiar with them, folks, this is like PBL style braking, like on the Class 66. The one thing you do have to look at, be careful of with these brakes is that, a bit like the 68, it's a little bit easy to put it into emergency when you're trying to put it in apply. So just be a little careful of that.
Yeah.
The weird platypus-shaped cab car sets. Don't know what the back end of the train looks like, Ed, but the front end of the train, you've got like the big F59 PHI, then the coach with like a big ramp or sort of sizing on it, and then it comes down to the standard size of the coach. It just, you can see they've tried to make an effort to make it look like it was intended, but Oh yeah, I've not really followed a lot since the Chargers came in. I quite like the look of the Chargers actually. I just like trains, you know me.
Alright, make sure I don't speed. There we go.
300 kilometers an hour.
Yep.
Avignon to Marseille. Cascades are now using SC44s. Have they got the same coach set on them though?
Nope. There we go. Running a double set, there you go.
Can't beat a bit of TGV. Oh, hello. Oh, no, that's the back train. Looked like you were being passed.
A bit of an, yeah. Mouse can be a little bit sensitive sometimes. There we go, whip. Make sure we don't get hit by that. It's a lovely scenic route, this one as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Which out of the TGVs is your favourite out of the two?
Well, out of the single and double deckers.
Like the different class loco fronts. So you've got this one, which is you've got the slightly taller one, haven't you? I can't remember the different class numbers.
I don't know. You see, overall, I like the duplexes. I just think they look really cool.
Yeah.
But I've always really liked the look of this style of TGV.
Yeah.
You know, there's a classical feel to it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's hard to believe that I think there's one preserved now. There was one that was a museum recently, because it was coming up to an anniversary, and I can't remember how many years it was. I think it was it 30 years of TGV? Someone can correct me on that. I can't remember. They did basically, I think it was Paris-Lyon. They had a TGV sitting in one of the platforms as a museum showing the history of the TGV, and they painted it in the original photos. The original livery in the orange.
Yeah. First service of the TGV was September 1981, which means we are coming up on 40 years.
Coming up on 40, there you go. Which is amazing when you think they've had high-speed rail for 40 years. It's amazing.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, they've been doing well at building these high-speed trains.
I mean, the bullet train, if you look at the bullet train in Japan, wasn't that like 1960s? 1970s?
Series 0 Shinkansen. Let me have a look. Series 0 Shinkansen, 1964.
1964, wow.
Although they were doing 130 miles per hour, and they were up to 137, 1986. 27 vehicles preserved.
Well, it's nice because there's one in the National Railway Museum, isn't there? You can actually
Power car.
Yeah.
Or the front car, yeah.
You can actually go in and... Because I think the interesting thing with the TGVs, weren't the seats reversible? That you could reverse the seats so they could... in each direction. I think you could either turn them round 180 degree.
I presume the back just swings.
Yeah.
Seats reversible on Japanese trains. Yep.
Yeah.
Speed is kilometers per hour, indeed. Dark Force. We've got YouTube back.
Make a lovely sound when they're going past, I must admit. Oh. Who's been lucky enough to go on a TGV? That's what I mean. I think I've had every version of a TGV now. I think. I'm going between Paris and Zurich.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Some fly pasts.
Alta Shrug says visited Haute Picardie a couple of times to watch them fly past. Yeah, that's on the Paris to Lille line, isn't it? If I remember rightly.
There goes the duplexes.
Cargan's been on one from Paris to Nantes.
Oh, cool.
Thelonious took the Spanish high-speed train from Barcelona to Madrid on his honeymoon. Don't know if they're related. No, I don't think they use the same trains. I've not really... The only high-speed train I've been on is the Eurostar.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I've not really ridden... I don't think I've ridden any... Other than Germany. I've been to Germany and ridden trains in Germany, but I don't think I've really done much elsewhere. Bit of commuter trains action in Australia.
Australia? You've been to Australia? Oh, wow.
I lived in Australia for a couple of months.
Really? Wow.
It was very cool. Really liked it out there. I was only, I don't know, 1 minute walk from the Opera House where I lived.
Wow, nice. Natalie Stevens has asked, what is the best train in the UK? Oh, that's a hard one. That's a very hard one.
It's obviously the Gronk. Clearly
Well,
it's the Gronk.
I would say a Black 5, to be perfectly honest, because it's been everywhere. They've been a lot of places, Black 5s.
Yes, or the Pacer. Yes, Enter the Dragon. It's the Gronk and the Pacer leading the way for UK railways. Natalie, what do you classify as best?
Yes.
Are you talking about fastest, most modern? Are you talking about most comfortable?
Power, strength, steam, diesel, electric. Enter the Dragon. Japan has the Shinkansen, but we have the Pacer.
Yeah.
Very true.
Nigeria, your mother lived in Bondi. Yeah, it was Sydney I was staying in, Sydney CBD. I went there about 6 times on business, and one of the times I was looking after something, and the easiest thing to do, rather than have to jump on flights at last minute, was just to stay there while the project was underway.
Yeah.
And yes, it was very good.
No.
Have I got a favourite American steam locomotive? Yeah, Hudson J3A.
Oh, Hudson J3A.
Yeah, the sort of the American, images of them coming out of Chicago. They just look like they were built like tanks. They almost have a steampunk look to them, the way that their design of them. It's just, I love the way they look. I absolutely love the way they look. I mean, Big Boy's a good train, don't get me wrong, but it kind of looks like the way you'd expect a steam train to look.
I see what you mean, yeah. It's like an American... It's like when a child draws a steam locomotive on a piece of paper. It's like that. Is that the sort of idea that you're thinking of?
Yeah, kind of. It's just a really interesting... It's kind of got like the wheels that are all solid, a bit like Bullett's Bulleid's wheels.
Yeah.
And just like it's just some of the imagery because I used to have the models of them in MSTS, and there was a Just Trains pack, if I remember rightly, back from Microsoft Train Sim, and there were little postcards in the pack and little art postcards that came in there because obviously this was back in the days before anyone did crazy things like downloading things, and it's just there was a beautiful picture of the J3As now. I just absolutely loved it. But I like the FVF, the big boy. And again, at the other end of the scale, things like the Connie, the consolidation, that's kind of my speed as well because it's kind of an American version of small, just i.e. it's not very small.
Mine is the North and Western A class, which is 1218. That's my favourite.
I think Natalie likes the 390.
390.
We're not doing the 390 today. This is our last one today with the TGV. No, my green screen is not broken. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
Be a green screen.
It's being a green screen, see? I'll fire up XSplit and I'll switch it over. Because it's clearly annoying everybody.
Okay, that's better. Oh, we've got a 270 coming up.
It's like ghost slime on a sheet. I have been in the cab of a Javelin. That was fun.
I have. That's good. Been in the cab of HST as well. That's pretty good for them.
Right, I'm going to just change things and break things because that's a good thing to do. Bum, 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 bum. Change that to that. Right, that's it. The camera's now gone.
Oh.
And now I can do...
Oh, he's disappeared. Oh. Oh.
Well, I'm kind of... I should be sort of back.
You're in the...
Old-fashioned panning.
Yeah.
There you go. See? So once it sorts itself out. See, now we can get funky with it, and we can go to color, chroma key, boom, put it in legacy mode, and there you go.
There we go. How's
There
that?
we go. And now I can add a nice image. The thing I was running in the background is finished. Yay!
Lovely.
Happy days. Where is it? Where is it? What have you done with my files? OBS. Cabs. What cab shall I have? Shall I have the TGV?
That would be quite good.
That would seem oddly appropriate.
It would be.
Can I find the TGV now? Of course I can't. Put that up there. And then... there you go. Sorted! Right, is everybody happy now?
Are you happy? How's that?
Now mute the mic. Shut up, Moggy. I know it's your birthday, but...
It's amazing the gradients on the high-speed lines. I mean, look at this. Amazing. It's up and down all over the place.
This is an absolute roller coaster. It's kind of a Avignon to about halfway along the line is sort of a gentle uphill constantly the entire way. But once you get to this halfway point, it becomes a complete roller coaster.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that's really interesting is that it's actually in real life more of a roller coaster than it is in train sim.
Yeah.
Because the way that train sim works doesn't really support the level of steep grades at the level of speed that this train is needing to go at.
Yeah.
So this is actually a somewhat flattened version of
Really?
it, and it's
Wow.
still quite extreme. The version that we are doing in Train Sim World has the full real gradients in it.
Wow.
And you can see it is fierce.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because I can remember when I went on the TGV for the first time, I couldn't believe, because there's a junction you were going towards Zurich, going toward, there's a couple of junctions where you go over the top of another main line. I mean, I think the one is going south. I wouldn't remember it off the top of my head where it is. It feels as if you're taking off. Because you're doing about 200 mile an hour and you suddenly go, it's like, whoa,
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. You're at that point, you are fast enough where you feel things like that in a somewhat different way.
Find a nice location. There we go. I have to use high speed so we can get there fast enough.
Yep.
Go.
Forgot a request for a passenger view.
Yeah, I'll go and get a passenger view. Oh, look at this. TGV passing, there you go. So I can get underneath the bridge. All just. There you go. Alright, let's get a passenger view. There we go, look at that. Some power on. There you go.
Very nice.
They are lovely, I must admit. Very, very comfortable. Oh, hello. 300's flashing. 270. I'm alright, I'm underneath the speed anyway, that's fine.
Yeah, TVM is pretty straightforward to drive to. Just make sure that whatever speed is displaying, you're there by the time the next flag board comes up.
Yeah. Got a station here.
Aix-en-Provence.
Yeah.
Not too far from Marseille now.
Oh, hello. We've got a 230 coming up.
Does Marseille have any intermediate stops for the TGV? Yeah, they stop. Some of them stop at Aix-en-Provence, with the station we are just going through now. But that's it.
TGV. It's nice because I've had both versions of the Eurostar as well. So we've had the modern version of the Eurostar. I can't remember what class. So is it 385? Is the new class of Eurostar?
385? No, that's a Scottish EMU.
No.
You mean the 374?
374. Yeah. And then I've had the original one as well. When it's been done out, they've had it repainted recently, haven't they?
Yep. Yep.
Have you been on many double-decker trains, Matt?
Dostos in Germany,
Ostos, yeah.
and that's about it actually. I think the trains we rode in Australia might have been double deckers actually.
Yeah, I think there's some double-deckers out of in Sydney area, isn't there? I think.
Yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure we went out on a trip on there. I didn't get to ride on an XPT, unfortunately.
Ah. Enter the Dragon says he's been on a double-decker in Switzerland. So have I, actually. It's brilliant because sometimes you'll get a double-decker and a single-decker joined together. It's really odd. So like you'll have the front, you'll have the loco at one end with a full double-decker set, and because it wasn't long enough, they'll then add a couple of coaches on the front of the train with a driving trailer at the front. So it looks the weirdest, one of the weirdest sets. It was really good.
Yes, in Germany quite often they'll stick a single-decker cab car on the back end of a double-decker coach set.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. I don't know what Eds is talking about. He's saying, "Hey Matt, if it's double-decker trains you like, ... smiley face." I can't imagine what you're possibly referring to, Eds.
Neither do I.
Can't possibly imagine what Dutch trains you might be referring to.
Must remember to change the electricity as well. The pantograph setting when I get to out of here.
Oh yes, this is the downhill run that brings us into Marseille, and we switch back to conventional BAL signals and KVB cab signalling as we come into the. Did you turn to activate KVB?
No. What you do is you change. Well, I haven't on here. No.
No, okay. I can remember how it works. To be honest, I did learn it at one point, but I used it so little I've forgotten how it works now.
The only thing I remember to do is change the pantograph, because then the electricity. If not, it doesn't. You put the power on, it goes, and it's like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
you've got to do that once you get through the power change. Yes, totally.
Yeah.
But no, this KVB signalling and cab signalling does work. It's a bit like PZB, but
yeah,
like I learned how to
use
use it and then never used it again. So
I need to find the button for it.
Ed says what they did over here back in the day was stick a double-decker coach on the end of loco drawn into city stock, store bicycles on.
Wow. Must admit, it's a lovely cab as well.
They look a lot older when you're actually in them.
Yeah. Oh, it was another TGV. So I'll change the power over in a second. Just make sure I've got enough braking. I'm going to be speeding. Our signal's disabled. Not sure the power changes over yet. I don't know if there's a board. Is there a board that comes up? Is that it?
I can't remember. It's surrounding this general area here.
Soon find out, because you do that and it'll stop.
What's the story behind the ill-fated double-decker trains in the UK? The bullet 4DDs? Let me Google. I can't remember off the top of my head.
There it is.
What does it say?
So now the power's changed, so you select over here. Let's put that on minimum. There we go. And go to C on there. Is it C or is it a G?
No idea.
It's a C, there you go. And now the power will work. There you go.
Go. The intention to carry more passengers in a train of the same length as other contemporary stock was met, with the two 4DD units having 1,104 seats compared to 800 in the other units of similar age. However, it was found that the additional number of passengers meant longer time spent at stations to allow passengers to get on or off. In practice, the upper compartments were cramped and poorly ventilated because the upper level windows were impossible to open due to tight clearance. To resolve this problem, the compartments were pressure ventilated, but the equipment proved to be unreliable. Near the end, they were renumbered and assigned to another pair of prototype Southern Region 4-coach EMUs, the 4 PEPs. Unusually for an experiment, they lasted in traffic from 1949 to 1971, undergoing routine maintenance and repaints with no hiccups in their life. The 2 units were finally withdrawn in 1st of October 1971, having travelled approximately 700,000 miles in service.
That must have been awesome. If anybody has travelled on one, that would have been wow. I think when
Cramped,
you,
poorly ventilated, yeah, typical London train moggy, got it.
yeah, I think it's getting to the level now that though it's like a lot of stuff has got to be double decker in order to, you know, have the amount of people on them now, really. Because I must admit, you know, some places, you know, it's lucky because Europe had the bigger loading gauge for it, you know.
Yes, and as Dad says, we've got a 4mm model that a friend of ours made by hand over 4DD, actually on the OMR. Which is rather good.
Yeah.
Daytona, that'll teach me to RTFM, then I could never understand the lack of power. You just roll into Marseille. To be fair, you know, you've got enough speed, you can do it, but yes, you do have a power changeover. So I think we're coming up on where the line splits now, or have we already gone past the split where the Marseille to the right and the tunnel to the left?
Possibly. I think we're probably
Now, we're coming up on one of my favourite parts. When you get into Marseille, you see one of my favourite things. Oh, it might be after this tunnel then. When we get to Marseille, my favourite thing is the pink signals.
Ah.
I mean, any country that can consider pink as being a colour for signals gets my vote.
I thought you might. I thought you might say something about pink. I
They're
mean,
like ground signals. They're on the yard, in the yard areas.
Ah. Must admit that I like the tunnels at Marseille end because they're all like triangular at the top, aren't they? They're like you know. Must admit, I've got a driver's eye view from Marseille. I think it's Marseille to Paris.
Yeah, that's the video 125.
5, yeah, yeah. That's a long night watch, that is.
Yeah, it's a good video.
Yeah.
As are all of theirs.
Yes, definitely.
What's the most complicated train to drive in Train Simulator? Probably the Smokebox FEF3. It's very, very realistic. Very, very difficult. But really good fun. If you don't want to go for steam, basically any German train with PZB.
That is very true. That's the next thing I've got to learn. Make sure we hit the 60.
The only train you can drive, Push Pete, is a DLR. Nice. The only train I'm allowed to drive officially. Although that said, you know, that time I was on there at the front waving my arms about like I was driving a train and shouting choo choo. No one seemed happy. No one seemed happy to see me. I love the French signals, they're so different. So many lights there.
It's like they must have drive. You know, if you haven't seen them before, you must say, which one is which? Yeah. See if we can find your pink ground signals in a minute.
Once you get into Marseille.
You want to see some French signals? There you go. There's some French signals.
Where that's where the line turns off to the left.
Go. Every time I see a TGV though, I just think of Mr. Bean. That's the problem.
See, now I imagine it, because I don't know what you're referring to. I'm imagining him on the top, sitting on an armchair, operating the controls with some broomsticks, but
No.
that's probably not what you mean.
No, you need to go watch it. It's basically Mr. Bean. Oh, have I got a red? Oh, I have got a red. Unless I'm... Oh no, there you go. Problem solved. Thought I had a red for a minute.
Yeah, if you look around the yard, you should see some of those glorious ground signals.
See if we can... Ah, here they are. There they are. That the one?
Just waiting for it to update. Yes! I mean, they're actually violet, but...
And I put
You know.
too much brake on them. Also, another interesting thing, if anybody has seen the quad arts at the North Norfolk Railway, a little interesting fact is that when they were building the Eurostar, possibly the TGV as well, I'm not entirely sure, but when they were building the Eurostar, they actually went to the North Norfolk Railway, I think if I remember rightly, to check out the quad arts for the fact that the quad arts, if you have never heard what a quad arts set is, it's basically two coaches and a single wheel set named a bogie underneath two sets of coaches. And it was basically an LER set that was joined all together to make a quad, so it had four coaches. And basically Eurostar and the TGV use the same system. So as you can see here, there you go, the first class coach there, you can see the bogie, the wheel set is underneath two coaches.
Good. Got the depot there on the right-hand side.
Yep.
Yeah, the frame rate isn't too fantastic at the moment.
Yeah, sorry
folks,
about that.
but
Yeah. I'll try and move to that. How's that? Is that a bit better? There you go. Try and move to a position where it's not as bad. It's quite a big station.
yes, Marseille is. It was rebuilt and extended after war damage.
Ah, right.
So the main part of the main building on the left-hand side, if you go over to the main area, you can see that there's like the main part of it on the left-hand side is was the original part, and then it was rebuilt and extended into to the right-hand side with the more modern-looking structure.
So that will be... That's the more modern-looking structure there. There you go. And there's the original. There's a lot going on here. Look at all these TGVs. And German stock as well.
Oh, duplex.
Yep. There's a German stock, there you go. He's waiting for his signal as well.
I think you're in the way.
Yeah, I think we are. Yeah.
Currently basically blocking everything.
Yep. Coming in nice and steady.
Yep.
There is something about Paris. There's like French stations as well. They're really nice, I must admit. It's strange because you go over there and you see like all the modern like TGVs and things like that. And then you see all the original buildings. You know, it's a bit like the Eurostars and the is it 390s? Yeah, 390s at St Pancras.
395.
395 even. I'll get it right in a minute.
390s to Pendolinos.
Da.
See a Pendolino not on the West Coast main line, it's lost.
Yeah, it's lost. Yeah.
Lovely.
Make sure I don't actually hit the buffers at the end of the platform.
That's fine.
And actually get the train in so the guy behind me can actually get out. Oh. Someone thought they'd jump in front of the train. Well done. And we're in. Oh, there we are, we're in. And I can get the roof. There we are. When my mouse decides it doesn't want to go haywire. There we are, there we are.
We're all scared of the buffer stop heads.
Yep. So there we are. And that's that scenario finished.
There you go. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Big round of GGs for Jamie's first stream, folks. Brilliantly done.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, that's the first. So that's the first stream. Basically, that's the first driving. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Yeah, and we're finishing it there.
Nice one. Well, thanks very much for watching, folks. Next stream is tomorrow with Natalie and Sam.
Yes, I think it is. Yep.
There you go. And they're going to be running München Augsburg.
Yeah.
And then you and I are back on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing some West Somerset.
I think we're
Did I hear
Friday
that right?
actually. It's Friday.
Friday, so Friday.
It's Friday.
Why do I keep thinking it's Saturday we're doing this? Several times. Even last weekend I thought we were doing a stream on Saturday, and obviously I was wrong.
You're wrong.
Something wrong with my mind, clearly.
Yeah.
So we'll be back on, I think it's West Somerset we're doing on Saturday.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Yeah.
we'll see you then. So thank you very much. Thanks very much for watching, folks. Take
Yeah.
care, and we'll see you all for the launch tomorrow.
Yeah. See you all. See you all. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.